Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 4. So just quickly before we get into the rest of the video, I do want to apologize for no videos, I guess over the past 2 days, I think. As most of you would know, I've been away. I should have taken some stuff to make videos with when I was away, because I did have some free time, but I'll make sure to do that the next time I'm away. But to make up for the lack of videos, I guess I will be doing another giveaway for The Flash Season 3 on either Blu-ray or DVD, so be sure to stick around until the end of the video to find out how you can win those. So obviously a few days ago we got a new trailer or promo for The Flash Season 4, and to be specific, Episode 1 of The Flash Season 4, which showed us quite a lot. Like, if you were a person who was trying to avoid major spoilers from Episode 1, like set photos and stuff, and then you watched this promo trailer, it most likely ruined your day. As I did say in my trailer breakdown for that trailer, I was surprised they did show as much as they did, but I guess they really did want to make it clear to everyone that Barry would be back, just so they didn't lose any viewers, I guess. Like, you know, some people might not want to see Wally as the main star, so they just needed to, like, cement the idea, like, hey, don't worry, Barry's back. But anyway, just in case you haven't seen the trailer yet, I will play it again right now for everyone.
You need to prepare yourselves. Barry, you're home.
The Flash.
I made you a new suit. May I take it for a spin? The Flash is back.
So if you hadn't seen that yet, hopefully you enjoyed that trailer, but as you would have seen throughout that trailer, we saw a few different looking Barry Allens, as well as Barry Allen in a few different looking environments. But as we wrapped up Season 3 of The Flash and moved into Season 4, a common theory and prediction was that Barry Allen would be changed by his time in the Speed Force, and not necessarily in a bad way that would be expected if someone was locked up in that Speed Force prison for a, ridiculously long time, but in a positive way in which Barry would exit the Speed Force as a more complete and experienced hero thanks to his time in the Speed Force. Now, I know people might be saying, oh, Pagey, he's not in the prison, they said he's not going to live through hell. Yeah, they said that in Season 3, but then producers have come out and said that he is in hell, so it's really confusing. I've seen a lot of people confused in the comment section about it. I think the producers forgot what happened at the end of the Season 3 of The Flash, so yeah, from what it sounds like, Barry is going through hell in the Speed Force, but they haven't really narrowed it down to him being in the prison, so it's a bit confusing there. And as we did see from that promo trailer, Barry Allen will be changed by the Speed Force, but that trailer doesn't really focus on that change being all that positive. It swings more towards the Speed Force changing Barry in an not that great sense, with Barry not seeming to be all there mentally and not recognizing his surroundings. They did release like an Inside the Flash Season 4 video with some behind the scenes information and stuff. I'm not going to show the whole video, but just some select clips, if you want to call it that do relate to this video in some way. If you do want to watch the whole thing though, I will leave it in the description down below, like the link to it.
So
Yeah,
that
well,
actually worked out.
Where do we pick up with Barry?
It's obviously no great surprise that the Flash will continue to be part of the TV show The Flash.
Yeah.
So, Barry does come back, but the circumstances of his return and what he's like when he comes back from this experience, is part of the fun and the surprise, of the season premiere. But, one of the things we just really wanted to do was, like last season got really dark and on purpose. We wanted to do that, and but it was as dark, Donnie Darko dark as we could have possibly made it. So, this year, since we feel like we kind of did that, like we're not gonna out dark ourselves. Yeah. We really wanted to sort of like pivot and sort of lean into like fun and light and brightness. So, the title premiere is actually The Flash Reborn, and it's just for us, it's just sort of like a little bit of like a restart, and just diving into sort of like more comedy and more fun and more brightness and more excitement and sort of getting away from some of the sort of heavy Sturmundrung that we were playing with last season.
What are they going to be up against in this new season?
Well, we've had a speedster villain for the last 3 years, so we really wanted to do something different. This year, the Flash and his team will be up against the Thinker. And we're positing it as the world's fastest man versus the world's fastest mind. And it's been really interesting for us as writers because so much of the previous seasons have been based, we tend to think of the Flash as an athlete, like a runner, and so much of his previous seasons have been about training harder or I have to run faster. But he's up against a villain this season that he can't outrun. It's somebody that he has to outthink.
Yeah.
And it's going to take him and Cisco and Caitlin and a few other surprise people to be able to get one step ahead of the Thinker.
But back to some stuff from the new promo trailer. We did see a shot of Barry in a darkened room with writing on the wall with some fairly weird symbols. This could of course be like a formula to do with the Speed Force, or it could be like a language connected to the Speed Force, who knows? In my trailer breakdown, I did just glaze over the location of where Barry was, but a lot of people were wondering, where Barry was. It does appear to be in one of the pipeline cells in Star Labs, which when his eyes like flickering, then connects to this scene of Barry breaking out of one of the cells and speeding off. This shot of Barry breaking out of the cell alone shows how powerful Barry has now become after his time in the Speed Force, because these cells are sort of, meant to be hard to break out of. But over the past 2 days, Entertainment Weekly or EW.com released an interview with Andrew Kreisberg, an executive producer on The Flash, and went into detail with Barry Allen and his return. But before that, they also released this new promo image for Season 4 which shows bearded Barry. Now this image is from when Team Flash are brought into Central City Police Department by Cecile, and we see Iris trying to, communicate with Barry. You can see that Barry is wearing a CCPD shirt, and also the walls and stuff look like the room they enter in that trailer. But speaking of the walls, we can see very similar symbols written on the walls as to what were on the walls of the pipeline cells. So you can piece together that Barry will still be out of it, sort of, when placed in the pipeline cell, and then when sensing Iris being in danger from the Samuroid, he regains everything, or at least something, and speeds off and saves her. But onto the interview with EW.com, I also forgot to mention that this interview involves Grant Gustin as well, who obviously plays Barry Allen. But yeah, this is what Grant had to say. Initially, Barry is pretty scrambled, and when he comes out of the Speed Force, he's not himself, he's talking nonsense. The way I see it, when he was in the Speed Force, he experienced his whole life laid out in front of him from start to finish. So in some sense, he comes out very wise, kind of knowing everything, but he has no understanding of what he's seen. So he comes out very jumbled and talking what he thinks makes complete sense, but just nonsense to the rest of the crew. So essentially, what he is saying here is that Barry has learnt a life's worth of information from the Speed Force. It is all up in his head, but when he initially comes out of the Speed Force, he just doesn't really have the ability to convey all of that information at first, once he gets out of the Speed Force. Now, Andrew Kreisberg, the executive producer, did, add on to this by saying, the most important thing about Barry this year is that the experience of him being in the Speed Force was a bit of a baptism for him. The premiere episode for Season 4 is called The Flash Reborn, and Barry, in a way, has been born again. His experience in there has really washed away a lot of his sins and cleansed him of a lot of his doubts, his fears, and his guilt, and it really is leaving him free and clear to just have an open road and a fresh start. He really loves being the Flash again. And when we do go back to that whole baptism and the Flash Reborn and stuff, he does come out of the Speed Force appearing to be naked, which is most likely why he's in the CCPD. Cecile's brought him in saying, hey, your friend's sort of naked and wandering the streets, sort of crazy. So he's come out of the Speed Force naked, almost like a lot of people, or if not everyone, when they're born. So there's a lot of hints to like rebirth and being reborn and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Now Grant Gustin follows on from this by saying, a huge weight has been lifted and he's forgiven himself again of all the mistakes he made the last couple of years and people that he's hurt. He's ready to move forward with the team and move forward with Iris and be happy Barry again and save Central City. I'm having fun with it, just getting to laugh things off a little bit more again as the character. When we see a bad guy that rolls around, a villain of the week, it's not such a daunting task. We can have a little bit of fun taking down these guys now. And Andrew Kreisberg finishes off the interview by saying, it's not in the titles, but every one of these shows, whether it's Supergirl, Arrow, or The Flash, it really is like Arrow begins, Flash begins, and Supergirl begins. Now it's season 4 and he's really become the Flash in the comic books, the one who really is in full mastery of his skills and has the emotional maturity that he has in the comics. So to sum it all up, Barry in season 4 will be in full control of his skill set, as Kreisberg says, in full mastery of his skills. But he will be scrambled when he first emerges, so it will take a bit of time for that to, like translate over for us to see. I highly doubt they will make us wait too long or heaps long to see ultra, mega professional Barry as the Flash. Maybe around mid-season, not necessarily like episode 9, but between episodes 9 to episode 12 or something like that. But leading up to those episodes, we will get like little hints and examples of more powerful Barry, and the season will focus a decent amount on Barry's mental progression rather than his physical progression, as the previous seasons have really dealt with that. I've got to get faster to defeat this speedster villain. It's more about mental progression and how to take down Clifford DeVoe, aka the Thinker. But I, for one, am pretty damn excited to have Happy Barry back. Last season in most areas was a bit of a drag, especially with Barry, so just seeing Barry enjoying being the Flash again is going to be good to see. But on to giveaway time, so as I said, it is for a copy of The Flash Season 3 on either Blu-ray or DVD, and all you have to do to be in the running to win this is leave a like on this video, be a subscriber to the channel, and answer this question in the comment section down below, which is, who is your favorite character on The Flash and why? It's a pretty simple question, so leave a like on the video, be a subscriber to the channel, and answer that question in the comment section down below, and I'll pick the winner in the next 5 days to a week or something like that. It'll be on a Flash video as per usual, so just keep your eyes out for any Flash videos around that time period, and the giveaway winner will most likely be picked in one of those videos. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Leave any of your other opinions on what I've said in this video. Do all of that stuff to enter the giveaway, and I'll catch you on the next video. Goodbye.